impartial, unbiased and authoritative is just a simple description of Maisha Prime News. You can trust us to inform, educate and enlighten you. The news making headlines across the country and beyond. Thank you so much for choosing Maisha TV for this broadcast. My name is Rida Chebet Keri. Welcome. ODM leader Raila Odinga kicked off his two-day visit of Nyeri County with a meeting bringing together a faction of Kikuyu Council of Elders, Luo Nyanza elders and youth from the region. Bushebi Jr. brings us the full report.
The hope, step and climb of Mount Kenya region by His Excellency ODM party leader Raila Odinga took a leap of upward dive on Friday 26th in Nyeri County. The former premier, accompanied by his wife Ida Odinga, were treated to a warm welcome party full of dance and gifts in what seems to be a ray of light for Odinga's presidential acceptance and support by a section of Mount Kenya leaders.
Hello. Wajaluo na Wakikuyu, you are the firstborn of this nation. You are the firstborn of this nation. Na kwa sababu ya hayo mkumbuke, bila ninyi uhuru ungekuwa mgumu kupata Kenya. Bila ninyi hatungekuwa na Kibaki tosha. Bila ninyi hatungekuwa na handshake ambao imeleta amani Kenya sasa. Jambo ambalo mimi nataka kusema ni hili. Ndugu zetu wa Jaluo, ndugu zetu wa Kikuyu, unganeni, muna tiba ya taifa hili.
Na feel kama nimekuwa born again. Na hata wanipatia mimi jina mpya, Nyawira. Kwa hivyo wakina mama kutoka Nyanza, mjue leo niko na jina mpya, Nyawira. Nimeambiwa jina Nyawira ni mchapakazi.
ODM leader Raila Odinga led his team for the Azimio la Umoja campaign in Nyeri to woo more support for his presidential bid in 2022 against his main political opponents, Deputy President William Ruto. Several Mount Kenya leaders who attended and spoke during the event heaped praises on the former premier with assurances of their support for him.
President wa tatu Mwai Kibaki akawa president na miaka 71. Uhuru akarudi na miaka 54. Sasa tunaenda miaka ngapi? Tunaenda miaka 70 na hiyo. Kwa hivyo sio mimi nimesema, ni historia ya Kenya imesema. Ya mwisho, Bwana Prime Minister, watu wa Mount Kenya, sisi hatutaki kupewa kitu. Bwana youth wamesema tukueleze, tupate nafasi ya kufanya kazi, kufanya biashara, wapate pesa waweke kwa mfuko. Hawataki kupewa. Hiyo 6,000 wacha tupatie wazee, vijana wapewe nafasi ya kufanya kazi. That's what we want.
Wakati umefika kuwa mabadiliko halisi hapa Kenya, tukiwa na Raila Amolo Odinga kama rais wa 5 wa nchi hii, kwa sababu wananchi wa Kenya wote wameruvika kabisa kwa sababu wanajua ukweli wa mambo ya kwamba tukiendelea hivi kama tumeshaendelea, nchi hii ya Kenya haiwezi kwenda mbele kama nchi zingine. Kwa hivyo tunasema kwa sauti moja wa Kenya wote, kutoka pwani mpaka Mount Elgon, wakati huu hebu tufanyeni Kenya kazi pamoja kama wa Kenya.
bila ubaguzi wala ukabila. Ikiwa Wakenya wanaweza kuunga mkono Raila Amolo Odinga, tulikuwa na kiongozi ambaye atabadilika nchi hii mpaka mwisho, ama sivyo?
Raila was accompanied by his Azimio la Umoja and ODM top-notch inner circle icons, including his wife Aida Odinga and James Orengo, among others.
Ana mumshikilie na mumulinde. Mungu ambariki wote.
His tours around the country, and especially Mount Kenya region, is meant to lead a popularization of his Azimio la Umoja campaign. Mount Kenya region has for years enjoyed the dominance of Deputy President William Ruto, who has been leading his bottom-up campaign under his party United Democratic Alliance.
Ni wakati wa kuachana nao.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambushabi Junior.
Aturudi huko.
And mixed reactions continue to emerge after Deputy President William Ruto, who was supposed to close a devolution conference in Makueni County, skipped the function. This, according to his communications team, was because he was attending rallies in Nyandarua County. Antonio Sundwa with more.
Hebu nione wala wanasema tupange uchumi kwanza, uchumi kwanza, uchumi kwanza.
Kenyans, two leading presidential hopefuls away from taking rallies across the country, have maintained being silent on their running mates' proposals, as this can easily knock them off from their parties or coalitions.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Pesa ya serikali katika miradi na mipango itakawapatia hawa nafasi ya kupata ajira.
Deputy President William Ruto has took his UDA party political rally to Nyandarua County, drumming up for the bottom-up economic model ahead of the 2022 general elections.
Nina uliza nyinyi, sisi tuliungana tukaunda serikali kwa kukataa ukabila na chuki. 2013 tukaunda serikali, 2017 tukaunda serikali. Sasa ati mjumbe wenu anasema ati sisi watu wote milioni 8 tumeunda serikali 2013, tumeunda serikali 2017. Ati sisi hawa watu wote tumekosa mtu ya kutuongoza, mpaka wanaenda kukodesha mtu ya kitendawili ati akuja aongoze sisi.
The second in command, who said that all rallies he has been circumnavigating around the country are constitutionally formal, in his speech in Daragwa Technical Institute, assured residents of completion of the projects the government had started, among them being electricity and water.
Mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Mairoinya, nyinyi mnataka tubadilishe katiba kwanza ama uchumi kwanza? Ni katiba ama uchumi? Ni katiba ama uchumi? Mnakubali tubadilishe uchumi kwanza ili tupange ajira ya hawa vijana, na tupange biashara yetu kila mtu, na tupange kilimo, tuzalishe chakula ya kutosha? Mnasema tupange uchumi, wale wanakubali tupange uchumi kwanza, tupange uchumi kwanza.
Ruto insisted on what he said if it was not for Raila coming to confuse, the government had good agendas for the growth of the country.
Na hiyo mpango ya Big Four tulikuwa na ajira ya vijana, mambo ya kilimo na mambo ya matibabu. Lakini bahati mbaya hiyo program yetu ya Big Four imekwama kwa sababu tuliletewa rege na ule mtu ya kitendawili. Akatuambia ati tuache kupanga mambo ya ajira, tuache kupanga mambo ya kilimo, ati tuache kupanga mambo ya universal health coverage, ati kwanza twende tubadilishe katiba, tuongeze mamlaka ya viongozi, tuongeze vyeo ya viongozi. Lakini kwa sababu kuna Mungu mbinguni, hiyo rege yake ilikwama.
However, the DP postponed his rallies that were to happen in Kiharu and Muthea constituencies under unknown reasons. This comes moments after his communication team noted that he will not attend the devolution conference in Makueni County as he will be attending his rallies in Nyandarua County. Antonio Sundwa, Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
President Uhuru Kenyatta on Friday, 26th November, commissioned a military cadets parade in Kenya Military Academy in Lanet, Nakuru County. President Uhuru Kenyatta has advised the newly commissioned Kenya Defence Forces KDF officers to strictly adhere to their professional ethos as they discharge their constitutional mandate of safeguarding Kenya's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The president particularly tasked the officers joining KDF with specialized skills and unique professional competencies to uphold professionalism, in addition to being faithful and true to their oath of allegiance.
Therefore, for those of you joining with specialized skills and unique professional competencies, in addition to being faithful and true to the oath of allegiance that you have just taken, duty also demands of you to discharge your assigned mandate in your respective fields, guided by your professional ethos. Kenyans have bestowed their trust in the Kenya Defence Forces at a time when global and regional defence security threats are on the rise. It is therefore clear that Kenyans' expectations are that all KDF personnel serve in a manner consistent with the oath of allegiance just acceded to by you.
The troubled Mumias Sugar Company could soon get an investor in its revival plan after the High Court okayed the opening of tenders for leasing the mill after about 3-year closure. Receiver manager Punangipali Romana Rao is in the final stages of identifying an investor to lease core and non-core assets of the mill for its revival. The process has been dogged by controversies that delay the drive to revive the company that went down under heavy debts and inadequate supply of raw materials in the year 2018.
Sisi tunataka kusema asanti kwa sababu judgment ambayo imetolewa ya kuinstall ya kwamba the receiver manager ataendelea kufanya kazi ya kurevive Mumias Sugar na pia atakuwa na share na information at the courts every 6 months. Nataka tushukuru sana kwa sababu pia walisema ya kwamba wale ambao the lease itatake not more than 20 years. Na pia tunataka tushukuru judge alisema ilikuwa ya kwamba hii haitakuwa in terms of sio kuuza kampuni. Sasa ile mjadala ya wanasiasa walikuwa wameanza kusema ya kwamba ati the highest bidder, so hiyo nayo haifanyiki. Wakisema ya kwamba ati leasing ya Mumias Sugar inaenda for 50 years, ati KCB iko na only 540 million peke yake, so kwa sababu haifai. So walikuwa na politicize, wanasiasa walikuwa na politicize sana. Pia Senate ilikuwa imeingilia katikati. Sasa sisi leo tunataka tushukuru sana kwa uamuzi wa koti, kwa sababu tumefanya maandamano tukiomba koti ya kwamba ikaweze kuweka judgment ikiangalia pia mwananchi wa kawaida. Sisi kama wananchi tunataka kusema asanti na tunataka kuambia sasa jinsi the receiver manager amepatiwa nafasi ya kuanza evaluation. Tunataka tumuulize aanze as immediately as now so that tena asikuwe na pingamizi kuanzia kokote. Na pia tunataka tushukuru kwa sababu ile kesi ambayo Mabea alisema ya kwamba ile kesi ambayo ilikuwa inatakana ifanyike tarehe 8 mwezi wa December. So ameiguzia. Kwa hivyo sasa pia tunaomba Justice Okwani pia yeye aconsider hii judgment na quash ile mention zote, cases zote ambazo zilikuwa pending to be listened so that Mumias Sugar ikaweze kuendelea.
Bungoma County on Thursday launched 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Annually from 25th November to 10th December, the world holds 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Let's have a look. Annually, from 25th November to 10th December, the world holds 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, with the 2021 global theme being Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now, which highlights the key actions required to accelerate the elimination of gender-based violence.
Gender-based violence is also present in the virtual space. Sexual harassment, which is also a gender-based violence, takes place. Also in the online space, and should also be addressed in all those measures, programs that we are taking in order to prevent this from happening, but also to address and have a response to this type of violence.
The State Department for Gender, in partnership with UN Women and other gender equality stakeholders, on Thursday launched 16 days of activism against gender-based violence at an event held in Kabuchai constituency in Bungoma County.
Na mama, ningependa kuambia msiangalie chini. Tunapoona kisa kama hicho, tafadhali tujitokezee, kwa sababu tusipoongea ni watoto wetu wataumia.
Chief Administrative Secretary Honorable Shibesh, who presided over the event at Mabanga Farmers Training Center, reminded the residents that as the government embarks on the planned activities during the set period from 25th November to 10th December 2021, they must be cognizant that in some instances, gender-based violence is shrouded in a conspiracy of silence, which makes it difficult for people to report. The CAS noted that retrogressive cultural practices are non-negotiable.
Any resource we can bring to Bungoma, to bring Bungoma out of advanced numbers in teenage pregnancies and GBV, we will do it. And I repeat that the county government of Bungoma, led by His Excellency Wangamati, have been 100% partners with us as national government.
She called on community leaders to engage the people to accept that times of change, and those that engage in gender-based violence must be reported to relevant authorities.
Sasa ni kushika yule mtu analeta dhuluma, kupeleka polisi na kotini, ili tuondoe hawa watu ambao hawataki kushunga watoto. The administrators who are supposed to take action if anybody is going to conceal a case of dhuluma dhidi ya mtoto, the government is going to take action on that, on them, because our work is to protect those kids. Kinga hawa watoto.
On her part, State Department for Gender Principal Secretary Professor Colette Suda called on everyone to be vigilant and report cases of gender-based violence to authorities for action to be taken.
We have brought it today so that all of us, all the national government, the county government, we can work together to eliminate gender-based violence.
Bungoma County is among the counties in Kenya that has recorded the highest number of gender-based violence cases, with the year 2021 having a report of 9,710 pregnancies.
Any resource we can bring to bring Bungoma out of advanced numbers in teenage pregnancies and GBV, we will do it.
The 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is an international campaign that calls for prevention and elimination of violence against women and girls.
And we talked about physical violence, you know, but there is virtual violence, I agree, and there's also emotional violence. I mean, we've seen the First Lady of Machakos County coming out and talking about what she's enduring right now, and that is very painful. Today we've seen another woman who was exposed by a man that I don't think is worthy of being called a leader in this country. And I'm saying that that kind of violence and violation of a woman is wrong by every standard. So if we're going to say that we want to end sexual gender-based violence, nobody who has had a leadership position should be allowed to walk scot-free. So I want to say, PS, we are all as government doing what we can, but the emotional scars of all this gender-based violence can only end if we have a multi-sectorial approach.
For Maisha Prime Maisha Television, I'm Rida Chibet Kering. Chief Justice Martha Koome has faulted the United Democratic Alliance for asking her to resign from the Technical Working Committee for Election Preparedness. The CJ, who spoke during the annual devolution conference, which was held in Bungoma on Thursday, November 25th, said the committee is not made up of politicians who could allies of Deputy President William Ruto turned their guns on Chief Justice Martha Koome, blaming her for involvement in 2022 election planning affairs instead of sticking to her constitutional mandate. Bushebi Jr. reports.
Honorable Lady Justice Martha Koome, who is the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, continues to battle fresh political dynamics due to her involvement in the Intergovernmental Committee on Election Preparedness on Tuesday.
We want to say that the preparation of elections is okay, but the stakeholders and players, you must know your rightful place. Your Excellency, you know the President of the Supreme Court, and a member of Supreme Court is the Chief Justice. So if she participates in an organization of elections, and yet matters and petitions will appear before the Supreme Court, then Your Excellency, we don't want to go that direction. We want to request that she is the arbiter, she is the natural arbiter, and we want her, when she sits, when these petitions are taken before courts of law, she should assume her position of being an arbiter and a neutral.
Recent stormy allegations lodged against her on the independence of the judiciary ahead of the next year's general elections. The UDA Secretary General, in a letter addressed to the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission IEBC Chairperson Wafula Chebukati, UDA Secretary General Veronica Maina said Koome's role in the committee created a case of conflict of interest, since the CJ is constitutionally required to act as an arbiter in election disputes. UDA told Koome to henceforth stop, abandon, desist, refrain and cease participating in the activities of the committee. The party claimed Koome's involvement in the council was likely to interfere with and threaten free and fair polls in 2022.
I have looked at the Constitution, I have looked at the Judicial Service Commission Act. There is no provision for the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya to sit in a technical committee, technical multi-sectoral committee that deals with the management and the preparedness of the next general election. It never happened since independence. The only institution mandated to conduct free, fair, and peaceful election is IEBC, led by Wafula Chebukati, under Article 88 of the Constitution. Madam Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court,
You cannot wear two hats. That you are preparing elections. You sit in the preparation of elections, and when the elections are over, you want to wear another hat as an independent judicial officer in the determination of the presidential election. So tunakwambia awachana na wale hiyo maneno.
When I woke up this morning, I was a little discouraged because I was attacked for attending a meeting of intergovernmental stakeholder meeting to plan the preparedness of our institutions for the coming general elections.
On Tuesday, November 23rd, the Chief Justice chaired the committee alongside Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, his ICT counterpart Joe Msheru, and Attorney General Kihara Kariuki. The Chief Justice Martha Koome has faulted the United Democratic Alliance, though, for asking her to resign from the Technical Working Committee for Election Preparedness. The CJ, who spoke during the annual devolution conference in Makueni County on Thursday, November 25th, said the committee is not made up of politicians who could compromise judicial independence.
I ask myself now, the Judicial Service Act gives me the mandate to be the link for the judiciary with other government agencies and other arms of government. It also creates the National Council on the Administration of Justice, whose mandate is to collaborate and coordinate all the actors in the administration of justice to ensure that at the end of the day we render seamless services. So I ask myself, when I come now to meet politicians, what will they say about me?
I am requesting our Chief Justice, our First Lady Chief Justice, ya kwamba don't fall prey, don't fall into the trap of political machinations of persons whom we know. Matiang'i and Msheru are not government officials who are impartial. Those are people we worked with them. They are the ones who are insulting Deputy President in every meeting. They have taken political side. They have chosen their presidential candidate. They have no business sitting with the Chief Justice, a Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, planning an elections. It is not possible.
The independence of the judiciary should be underpinned in the Constitution. It cannot just be taken away. The independence of the judiciary is deep, is fundamental. It cannot be taken away simply because I have sat with other agencies of government, with the politicians. We are required by our Constitution to collaborate and coordinate our affairs.
To rescue and to continue maintaining the independence of our wonderful judiciary, I want to ask Madam Koome, respectfully, being a junior advocate, her being my senior, I want to ask her with utmost humility, run away from those conmen pretending to be persons who are presiding over our elections.
Tunasema Martha Koome kukaa na ile wakora. Wale wanasema ate kinakebisho, ate tumese wembe. Ile watu tunafuata Deputy President. Alafu yeye akue atakuja kufanya kesi kama kumeumana na wana mpango ya kuiba kura. Hatutakubali hata kidogo. Hatutakubali.
We really do not expect that judiciary and Chief Justice would be one of the people that we are advising on matters of independence of government institutions.
Koome urged UDA politicians to instead celebrate the Constitution, which protects the independence of the judiciary. DP's allies on November 24th wrote a formal complaint to the CJ, urging her to keep off management of elections. The allies also made a similar call in Nandi and Uasin Gishu counties on Wednesday when they accompanied Ruto during campaigns. The UDA complained of Koome's continuous involvement in the working of the Technical Working Committee, which is tasked and mandated with 2022 election preparedness. On Tuesday, Koome said government institutions are working together in preparation for the 2022 elections. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambushabi Jr.
Change our behaviors in response.
Lack of medicine, poor hospital services and insufficient medical personnel in Kakamega County has triggered discussion of whether the health sector should be returned back to the national government, as the county government seems to be unable to manage the sector. Philip Simiyu with more.
The shortage of drugs and health workers in some of the health facilities in Kakamega County has paralyzed the health services in the county, a move that has made different stakeholders call for the health sector to be managed by the national government.
Tumeamua na nimeamua kwamba kutoka sasa tuko tunachukua maoni, nataka tuhakikishe ile kitu nimesema nikirudia, mambo ya afya irudi kwa national government. County government wameshindwa mambo ya afya complete.
The residents have continued to decry over the increased cost on medication as the stakeholders call on the Kakamega County government to either seek help from the national government.
Na hata labda ndio sababu watu wetu wanakufa kiholela.
They are now calling on the county government to allocate enough funds for the payment of more advanced health workers, as most of them have moved to other counties where there is enough payment and equipment.
Tumekuwa na challenge ya kwamba madaktari wengi professionals wametoroka kwa ma-counties, wanaenda kwa zile kama ma-surgeon senior, because the resources they are not being utilized. So pia mimi nataka niombe governors wakuwe na budget enough ili ya kwamba au ma-surgeon wame-employ from our research, but they are not doing what they're supposed to do because there's no resources.
For Prime News Maisha Television, I'm Philip Simiyu.
And Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru has asked her political rivals to prepare for the United Democratic Alliance UDA nominations instead of engaging in politics of intimidation. Her sentiments comes as at a time when it is perceived that there is a pull and push for UDA nomination ticket for Kirinyaga's gubernatorial seat.
Jeshi ndio inaweza kusukuma mtu nje. Kwa hivyo kama mtu anataka kuchaguliwa na akae ndani, aongee na wananchi na jeshi, kwa sababu hao ndio wataenda kuchaguana. Mimi kura yangu ni moja, unaona, na hawa pia wana kura zao. Kwa hivyo mtu anajipanga kwa ground hiyo tu, hakuna maneno. Na mimi nilirudi UDA, niliingia UDA kwa sababu ni hawa jeshi waliniambia, si ndio? Jeshi letinyo mwaje lile nyigere UDA. Chama si ya mtu, chama ni ya wananchi, na UDA ni ya wananchi, na wananchi ndio walisema tuingie, na mimi nikakuwa mtu ambaye anasikiza wananchi na ground, nikaingia UDA. Tuwezi sema ati kwa sababu mtu amekuja mbele ati hakuna mtu mwingine atakuja, kwa sababu tuseme mtu alianzisha mtu mmoja, atakaa mtu mmoja, si lazima watu waongezeke wakuwe wengi. Kwa hivyo wananchi ndio waliniambia niingie, na bado tunatafuta watu wengine wale ambao wajajiandikisha katika chama cha UDA, tunataka waingie katika chama ya UDA wote, hata ule ambaye anashindana na sisi. Sio sisi wawili peke yake tuko Kirinyaga, tuko kama makandidates watano, wote waingie UDA ndio tushindane. Ule atashinda apewe kikombe, si ndio? Kwa sababu tunasema asiyekubali kushinda ni nini? Si mpinzani.
They say learning never comes to an end. Today in our education segment, we look at Budget Driving School, which is situated in Bungoma Town, Bungoma County.
As a way of imparting knowledge and skills to youth, the government of Kenya has established various learning facilities in different parts of the nation. Budget Driving School, located in Bungoma Town opposite Cooperative Bank, has a vision in enhancing driving skills to its trainees, as Nation Muhatia, the school manager, narrates.
Jina langu naitwa Nation Muhatia, nikiwa manager mkuu wa shule hii ya kuendesha magari ambayo inajulikana kama Budget Driving School. Hii chuo kinapatikana katika Bungoma County, na direction ambayo tunapatikana, tuko hapa katika Bungoma County Town Center, ambayo chuo hiki upatikana karibu na Cooperative Bank, yani iko opposite Cooperative Bank, next to New Nyanza, na tunapeana mafunzo kwa waendeshaji magari. Tunapokuwa katika shule hii, mimi ndio meneja mkuu.
The institution has a determined teaching staff ready to deliver knowledge and skills to its students.
Kama tunavyojua kawaida, wakati huu tunaenda na sheria ya NTSA jinsi inavyosema tuende. Kwa hivyo kuna mabadiliko kidogo. Ukitutembelea hapa Budget Driving School, utapata mengi kuhusu uendeshaji magari na utapata kufundishwa ili ukapate kujua na kuwa dereva mwema katika barabara zetu za Kenya. Napoendelea kuzungumzia kuhusu shule yetu hii, enrollment yetu inafanyika kila wakati ambapo uko tayari.
The facility offers driving courses in various classes such as class A, B, C and D at a fairly affordable charges.
Kwa hivyo viwango vyote tuko navyo, tuko na magari, ile ya ba, ile ya pikipiki, ile lori na ile Nissan ya kujifunza ili ukaidimu kuwa dereva mwema katika barabara zetu za hapa Kenya. Na pia tunasema East Africa utakuwa umekubaliwa kuendesha. Kwa hivyo hivyo viwango vyote tunapeana. A tunapeana kwa shilingi 6,900, B tunapeana kwa shilingi 10,900, na hii C1 ni ile ya kuendesha lori, na pia lazima uwe umequalify kuendesha gari ndogo, ambapo tunapeana mafundisho pia kwa wale wanataka kuendesha lori. Lori tunapeana pia kwa pesa taslim 10,900 pia, na hiyo da pia tunapeana kwa shilingi 10,900 pia, kwa sababu hizo ni classes ambazo mtu ongeza.
Edina Mutio is among the trainees in the facility.
Naitwa Edina Mutio. Mimi ni mwanafunzi wa Budget Driving School. Niliona nijiunge na Budget Driving School sababu ni mojawapo ya mashule ya kuendesha magari katika Bungoma, na niliona inafanya kazi mzuri. Walimu wako na bidii ya kufunza wanafunzi. Mimi pia ni mwanamke, nikaamua kujiunga na hii shule. Watu wengi wanaamini ya kwamba wanawake hawawezi endesha magari, lakini tuko na uwezo wa kuendesha magari. So ningeomba wale ambao wako na hiyo wazo watoe, na kama wanaweza jiunga na Budget Driving School, na wakaribisha wakuje wasome ili wakaweze kujua kuendesha magari.
The facility management calls for the boda riders to come out of their comfort zone and join the driving school to be equipped with knowledge and skills in field of transport.
Asa sana naimiza kama mandugu zangu hawa wana boda waweze kuja hapa Budget Driving School, wasomee hii driving, wapate vyeti, ndiposa wakienda kwa barabara wajue mambo ya safety, na hata tena wawe na vyeti ambavyo vitaweka kwa nafasi nzuri wakati maybe wamekumbana na emergencies. Ona sasa kama hapa Bungoma town kuna mabadiliko ambapo sasa wako wanajenga barabara ya dual carriage. Na hii barabara ya dual carriage unajua sasa kuna mahali wataweka roundabouts kama kawaida, na roundabouts mara mingi ukichukua that civilian knowledge ukiapply kwa roundabout na itakuwa shida. Sasa naomba wakuje hapa, tutawafunza kwa njia iliyo mzuri na watajitegemea.
Kuna kitu naita CTF funds, na kuna wale wafadhili pia ambao huwa wanajaribu kutusaidia wanafunzi wetu katika county government, ili vijana wetu kule nje wa pikipiki, vijana ambao wanataka kupata license, huwa tunapokea fadhili kama hizo.
For Prime News Maisha Television, I'm Philip Simiyu.
And still in education segment, let's now shift to secondary school. Our focus today is on Bunangeni Mixed Secondary School, which is found in Webuye West, Bungoma County. Let's have a look. Bunangeni Mixed Secondary School, located in Webuye West Sub-County in Bungoma County, has witnessed a tremendous improvement in terms of infrastructure, academically among others, under the leadership of Mr. Simon Simwele, the school principal.
I came to Bunangeni Friends Secondary School in 2013. I received 12 students. The school had no land, and we managed at least to buy land. We managed at least to construct classrooms. From 2013 up to now, we have now a population of 750 students in the school. The school is doing well, and we are thankful to God, because it's only God who can do this marvelous. In performance, I think as a mixed school, we are doing very well. Our first exam was 2015.
Mr. Simwele is proud of his achievement before and after joining Bunangeni Mixed Secondary School.
From 1993 January up to 2005 November is when I was promoted as a deputy principal, Bwake Secondary School. In Bwake Secondary School, I was transferred as a deputy principal to St. Elizabeth Lunao in Pumula constituency, and there I worked up to 2013 when I was again promoted as a principal of Bunangeni Friends Secondary School, where I am at the moment.
He has appreciated the school community for working hand in hand with the school management in achieving the early set goals.
Of the community are very positive about the school. We are enjoying because the community has accepted the school and they are proud of their school, and we are thankful to God for that. In this school, we believe in some few things: honesty, integrity, and the discipline. Our students are focused.
The principal has lauded his hard-working teaching staff for the great work they are doing in ensuring the students are well equipped academically.
That the school can run smoothly. Again, the challenge we have at the moment is attitude. Some students, when they come to school, they have no focus. But when they come to school, that challenge we normally tackle it in Form 1. Until now, even at the moment, the Form 1s now, they know why they are in school. It's a challenge which teachers have accepted, and as we are working as a team, they normally lead the students to know what it means. Me as a principal, I lead as other people follow, because I too, what pertains to a teacher, I got to produce the best results so that other teachers can see what I'm doing and they copy.
Mr. Simwele has also appreciated the Webuye West Sub-County leadership for their close cooperation with the school administration.
The community and the administration, even political wing, we are always in the mind of our MCA, of our MP of the area. That's Tanu Wanyama, our MP is Tanu Wanyama, and the MCA, Mili Masumba. They are always positive.
Maisha TV. With a harsh and unpredictable economy, Kenyans who have ventured in different sectors in the business world have been sharing their experience, challenges, profit, and their journey in their businesses. Let's hear our today's guest in My Hustle, My Story, My Life by Anthony Osundwa.
Everyone is out to try and see how powerful the trial can lead to success. The economy today needs a well and prepared mind that can as well be creative over ideas away from support. This means it is more possible to start from something small to a big investment as long as the power of believing you can is upon you. In Bungoma town, Bungoma County, we met Hamisi, a small-scale trader who sells fruits.
Machungwa kidogo hii.
He narrates on how he started his business with a lot of hopes for a better tomorrow, despite the challenges he has been facing.
Hakuna biashara nilianza nayo Hii biashara nilianza nayo tu, nilianzia kwa kidogo nilianza kidogo kama shilingi 50. Nilianza na kama shilingi 50 150, kidogo tembeza kwa magari kidogo. Nilikwenda tu hivyo, kaenda hivyo, faida niweka mpaka saizi ndio kinaona niko na biashara kama hii. Iko challenge mingi sana. Unaweza kuchukua vile iko hivi. Hii maembe ikikaa sana mmoja inaharibika. Na hiyo paka utamwaga, paka hasara. Sasa ni kitu kujinyima tu, ni usione mtu anafanya biashara ukasema ni kujitolea tu biashara. Iko challenge mingi sana. Iko unaweza kuoshia mtu maembe kama hii. Mtu unaosha ukikatia mtu anakuambia hataki, anataka nyingine hii hivyo, alikuwa anataka nyama hivyo. Sasa umeona paka hapo iko challenge sana hapo.
He urges the county government to minimize the prices of receipts, to give them a humble time or even just get away with it.
Mimi kama naweza kuambia gavana wetu wa Bungoma atusaidie tusikate risiti. Mimi kama mwanabiashara mdogo, naomba gavana asaidie tusikate risiti. Kwa ajili tunakata risiti kama shilingi sasa tunakata shilingi 40 ama 50. Labda hujauza kitu kwanza asubuhi, sijauza kitu yote kwanza asubuhi. Sasa naomba tusaidie tusikate tikiti. Atuongoje labda waende wakatie kwa maduka hizi. Siku moja pia tunatafuta.
Atipunguza ushuru. Hiyo siwezi kupunguza. Hiyo ushuru mtalipa wenzangu, kwa sababu hakuna njia nyingine tunaweza kujenga facilities kama hii, hakuna njia nyingine tutajenga mabarabara, hakuna njia nyingine tutajenga mashule, ama namna gani? Si ushuru lazima tulipe. Njia tu ni turahisishe. Turahisishe njia ya kulipa ndio biashara isiwe inakwama.
Hamisi urges his fellow traders to be determined to the work they do, as this will make them succeed in the coming future.
Advice yangu wana biashara wajitume, tufanye kazi ni kazi. Wajitume, hiki hata kidogo ikuwe kubwa. Mungu siku moja atasaidia, itakuwa mingi sana.
Anthony Osundwa, Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
Well, folks, and that's all we had for today's Maisha Prime News. And once again, thank you so much for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast. Remember, you can always trust us to inform you, educate you, and enlighten you on the news making headlines across the country and beyond. And to remind you, there is an upcoming event, Heshima Awards 2021 edition. To apply, visit the website www.heshimaawards.co.ke. My name is Rida Chebet Kering. Enjoy the rest of your week.